And with that, we are now ready to throw it over to kirbymastah for his run of Fire Emblem Fates. Take it away, Kirby.
Woo!
Woo!
Hello.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! I hope you all enjoyed the lots of yeehaws from the Octopath run. Good shoutouts to the runners of that run. That was really entertaining. And now we have Fire Emblem Fates. So as a quick introduction, this is the 14th installment of the Fire Emblem series, the second one on the 3DS, following Awakening success. And this game's premise is that you kind of grow up between, you have to choose between two sides, Nor, which is your adoptive family, or Hoshida, which is your, what's it called? Birth family. But you also have a third route where you can decide to side with neither of them and go through the kind of a golden ending route. And so that's what this bid war is about. Which of the three routes I speedrun, which are all effectively completely different campaigns. But first of all, this game also features a customizable avatar who is, spoiler alert, going to carry the entire run. So we have a naming incentive for that, but we can go ahead and get that ready. So I'll go ahead and set up the avatar file, and I will also need to know the routes because that will determine the gender of the avatar.
Yeah, it looks like the route is going to be Conquest, sitting at $500.
Okay, so Conquest it is. All right, so we can go ahead and close that, and then if I was doing a birthright speedrun, I would be using male Corrin, but in Conquest or Revelation, I will be using female. I like this female one more. Opinions, shorter or taller?
That's fine either way.
All right. I honestly like the default style a lot, so I'm just gonna go with that. And
we appreciate our short queens.
Yep. I'm a short person myself, so I'm kind of biased towards short people. So like,
tall ones too.
Yeah, tall people are awesome too. We're all awesome. What's your favorite color?
Green.
Green. All right.
Forest green.
Yeah.
Let's go with green, and we'll just go with those eyes. And moles are pretty cool, so let's add that. And then that's our avatar. And then we have the naming incentive.
And our name, thanks to a last-minute snipe, is Uwu, capital U, lowercase w, capital U.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, so okay. Ooh. W, lower W.
Yep.
Big W.
That's
big
correct.
U. Okay, I actually donated for Yeehaw, but this is also pretty good. Okay, so the timing will... Okay, so before we start the actual run, we can also customize the boon, bane, and talent of our Corrin. We start timing on the save after creation. So in Conquest and Revelation, we go with a strength boon Corrin, so she's just going to be really strong, and a dull Corrin, meaning her weakness is going to be magic.
Does the birthday matter for anything?
No, unless you set it to today, and that's a bad idea.
I was going to say, we could set it to today.
And the other interesting thing is the talent, which determines the class that she can reclass into at base. Unlike Awakening, where Robin can reclass into literally everything, in Conquest, you can only reclass to your talents, at least initially. And we're going to go with the ninja talent. So, without further ado, do we have a countdown ready?
Sure.
Yep, all right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo! Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Yeehaw. The Fire Emblem is a strategy RPG series, and this first chapter is kind of a dream that nothing really happens. The game just teaches you how you can attack, except we're just going to completely ignore that because attacking is slow and plays animation, so we're just going to wait instead, because that's way faster than attacking.
Yeah, it's a theme of the DS Fire Emblem games just in general.
Animation's bad, enemy phase bad, skip as much as possible.
Skipping.
Dot, exactly. So now we are actually going to be playing the game, and we are, in the first few maps, we're kind of getting introduced to our adoptive family and our birth family. So we are being trained by Xander, our older brother, in Nor. And this is just another tutorial chapter where you are taught how to attack, basically. And we're going to go ahead and go into the options menu, and just to turn off as much as possible. And then our goal is to defeat Xander. If we attack him again right now, we will get defeated, so we need to go ahead and heal up a bit on this heal tile, so we can take another hit from him. And then when we level up, every stat has a chance of going up. Almost every stat's important, but the most important one is strength, which is a 75% chance. That is a fantastic level.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yep. That is a fantastic level. We'll go through what all the stats do eventually, but for now, the early game is pretty fast-paced, so we'd rather focus on the mechanics of the game. So this game has a attack stance and a guard stance. Attack stance is actually really useful casually. In a speedrun, this is the only chapter where it's ever relevant. So whenever you attack, did I turn off the music on accident or something? Oh no, there we go.
I hear it.
Oh, there we go.
Starts late.
Yeah. Attack stance, you enter attack stance if you are unpaired and you attack while a unit is adjacent to you. And when you do that, the unit adjacent to you will join in your attack here. So right here, we need to land 2 hits on Kaze with 97 and 84% chance. And fun fact, this game actually lies to you about hit rates, like most Fire Emblem games do. So we have this lovely poster that Corvime has displayed for us.
So this one, unlike most Fire Emblem formulas, is needlessly complicated. Instead of relying on the Kaga constant, it relies on phases of the moon, the angle of the sun, and some other various factors. Why they made it so complicated, I don't know. But it also only calls one random number from everything below 50.
Right, so the formula, if I can do this without looking at it, is if x is the displayed hit rate, in this case 97, then the actual hit is x plus x times -2/15 sine of x pi over 50. And you plug that into this lovely formula. I got it correct. And what this means in practice, thank you. What this really means in practice is that if the hit rate is above 50%, then the actual hit rate is higher than what the game tells you, but not as much as other games which use an average system. But if the hit rate's below 50%, the game doesn't lie to you. So this formula applies to Echoes, Fates, and Engage. This is totally not the same poster we used during Claris's SGTQ run, by the way.
I am become complicated. Destroyer of understanding.
I should just play the game like this. Thank you very much,
I would
Arlovsky.
be afraid that you would get neck damage.
And that was a good level up, too. I hope you enjoyed that math lesson on how the Fates RNG works, and Echoes, and Engage.
Which, by the way, pi being a number that equals to... I don't think they've ever figured that one out yet.
What about pi?
It being a value that is equivalent to... I don't think they've ever figured it out yet.
It's delicious.
Pi is delicious.
that is-
I agree.
that is very-
Happy Pi Day, everyone. I'm like 4 months late. So this map introduces the Dragon Vein mechanic, where every map has... Some maps have like a unique Dragon Vein, where a unit who is a royal can activate the Dragon Vein, which interacts with the map. In this case, it creates a bridge for us to reach the end point of the map, which is a throne that we need to see. So we need to defeat the ninja on the throne on the right side, right here, and then use a seize command.
Yeah, Dragonite ore is very valuable, so we're going to be farming a lot of it over the course of the run.
All right. Hopefully, we've gotten strength every level up. This is a very good Corrin offensively. She has gained 0 defense so far, though. I'm going to grind a little bit for safety.
Yeah, there's a bit of... So, going into stats real quick, you have HP. That's self-explanatory. Strength is how much damage you deal, basically. Magic with magic. Strength with physical, of course. Skill affects your hit rate. Luck affects everything in a little way. It is the best stat in the game, therefore. Anyway, then there's also defense and resistance, which are the defenses against physical and magical, respectively. We don't want too much defense, but we want enough. It's a little bit weird because of the AI and the way it targets. So you want enough defense to survive, but not so much that enemies won't target you and make you kill them manually, which is slow.
And this is kind of exclusive to Conquest. If this was Revelation, you can never have too much defense, for example. So having defense is very good in Revelation and Birthright. But in Conquest, we do not want too much defense, otherwise you're going to lose like over a minute. So this map is a route chapter. We didn't really go over what route means, but it just means kill every enemy on the map. Our defense kind of... We're using these Dragon Veins to burn down the forest so we can move through the map more quickly. And we kind of need defense. That is not defense. Offensively, we're fantastic, but like that... Defense is not looking good because we've gained 0 defense out of 6 levels so far with a 30%, 35 growth rate, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Remember, kids, only you can use Dragon Veins to cause forest fires. Wait, did I get that right?
Okay, so that was a pretty straightforward chapter. Spoiler alert, our birth mom just died and sacrificed herself, and now we are really angry.
Yeah.
And we've got our Corrin, our Uwu more like, has lost control of her emotions, so she's turned into this giant feral dragon with really bonkers stats just for this chapter.
Yeah, so that's a bit plot. So we also have Azura, who is a Cetra, and so of course she's very important to the plot. She's very in tune with the energy of the planet and if it's being harmed, which turns out it is, apparently. We're not going to see much of that in this route, but it is there. It plays into it a little bit. Anyway, there's also the matter of them introducing the other house. So, of course, there is the adoptive. Basically, Corrin was a ward for the Kingdom of Nor from Hoshido, and Hoshido is currently ruled by Corrin's father's brothers, nephews, cousins, former roommate. So, obviously, very strong family tie there. But yeah. There you go. They're here too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you turned into a dragon for that chapter.
Yeah.
Yep. We were a dragon, and we Azura singing transformed that stored that dragon's power into a dragon stone, which we can use as a weapon type, which we would in Birthright because it's magic based, but we're not going to use the dragon stone a single time in this entire run because the dragon stone is magic based, and spoiler alert, we use the magic bane. Our Corrin is not good at magic. Okay, so this is where we make the decision between whether we side with not Birthright, Nor, Hoshido, or neither, and you all donated for Conquest, so we are siding with Nor to side with our totally not evil king alongside our adoptive family. So our objective in this chapter is to defeat 4 enemies, and one of them could be Ryoma, but good luck defeating him. That's like almost impossible. So basically, we have to defeat everyone not named Ryoma. So I'm trying to position these units in a way where we can do as much damage as possible in enemy phase, move Xander away from Ryoma, and just try to have auto battle do as much as possible for me, and funnel as much experience into Corrin as possible because she's
There's defense.
That's our second defense level up, which is good. And hopefully, auto battle will do everything for me because that's really fast, and that was incredibly fast. Unfortunately, Corrin missed out on another kill, but that's okay.
Yeah, auto battle is semi-predictable, so sometimes it does weird things, but usually not. And if you have some understanding of what the AI is like, you have a pretty good understanding. So now we have to build our bastion. There are different buildings that you can build. They give you like items or equipment and so on. And eventually, once you complete the bastion, of course, you get a lot of stuff that doesn't matter to us. So we're just doing what matters, getting a Corrin statue to raise stat caps, and also getting a rod shop for, well, what is later going to be mostly stat boosters, but also gets you some pretty useful equipment along the way.
So we just bought a bunch of tonics, which are temporary stat boosters, which most of them give you +2 of that corresponding stat just for one map. And we also bought a heart seal, which allows you to reclass units, and we reclassed Jacob into a Great Knight. Now, we mentioned how we don't want too much defense, and Jacob's going to be one of our main parabots who gives you those kinds of stats. If he was a paladin, he would give 2 defense, 2 res instead of 4 defense. If my Corrin is really defense blessed, I would reclass Jacob into a paladin instead because we do not want too much defense. But this Corrin is kind of not doing well on defense, so we're making him a Great Knight instead for the extra defense above.
Well, level up.
But it's strength. This is a route chapter, and there is one weakness of Corrin.
That's like a classic Fire Emblem level up.
Yeah. So there's one issue with Corrin, which is similar to most speedrun for Fire Emblem in general, is that even though Corrin is really OP in the speedrun, there's only one of her. So this poses an issue in chapters where we need to kill multiple enemies at once, or we need to, route the map. Because Corrin just can't be everywhere at once. So we're using a bunch of flunky units to help out clear at the bottom. Ooh. And she's also not fast, so she's not double attacking stuff. Speed is a really important stat because you need at least 5 more speed than the target enemy to double them, and our speed isn't doing too hot right now. So the top half is taking way longer than it should be. Okay. This should be fine. We kind of need some more speed. I think we were just 1 speed short from doubling everything. That helps a lot. And make sure you don't die, and we should be good. So we didn't really lose much time from Corrin failing to double everything because we're ultimately bottlenecked by the bottom half of the map, having our flunkies clear out that part of the map. Okay, so in early game Conquest, the speedrun is actually pretty strapped for money in general, so we're going to be doing some side objectives to get the money we need, because we need tonics really badly. Even though this is the easiest difficulty, since we are trying to speedrun with as little as possible, we just need the tonics to get ahead of the curve as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
tonics are one map stat boosters, basically. They're like the permanent ones, except they wear off. So for one map, you get like a boost to like +5 hit points or +2 to one of the other stats, depending on which one you use. It's going to be used extensively to help hit thresholds as well as to back up for poor luck in levels.
That's the worst possible layout. Don't miss, please. Thank you. So this map has like several villages. We already visited one of them. If you visit 3 villages, then you get 5,000 money, and we need that money really badly. This is unfortunately the worst possible layout for these mages, so we might just be losing a massive amount of time here. Because I can't kill that one since they're out of reach. But we should be fine. Elise here, who is a troubadour, a mounted staff user, is going to be visiting the villages. So we got 2 out of 3 villages, and we need 1 more village to get the money we need. And this is a defeat boss map, so all we need to do is have Corn bonk the boss, preferably on enemy phase, because he heals himself. Defense, thank you. I mean, she didn't get strength, but like, given how she's gotten strength, like I think almost every level up besides that,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain about getting everything else. So this chapter is interesting in that you have like 3 different routes you can take through this chapter. You can just barge through the front, or sneak from the top, or sneak through the bottom. We're gonna sneak through the bottom because there's conveniently a recruitable unit there who wastes time if you don't recruit her because she causes an ally phase dialogue every single turn, and that's time loss. So we just want to recruit Nyx and get her out of the way.
Additionally, she can be used for a little bit of utility in this map, which is nice.
So remember the goal, weakness of Corn. There's only 1 of her. So this is one of those maps where having too much defense is really bad. Like if you have, I think, like 14, 15 defense plus Jacob, then these Fear Fighters will ignore you and not attack you. And we need to kill them because one of them drops 3,000 gold, which is a lot of money.
I like how you just press start and like half of them are just gone.
Yeah. That being said, the low defense is biting me a bit right now because I'm almost dead right now. I should be fine here. So one thing to note is that Azura is in this map here, and like, you're supposed to kind of sneak her around and not get owned by enemies, but there is a zone like around here that if you end your turn in it, that spawns a bazillion reinforcements, which is very bad. Have 17 attack, that's fine. We are going to have to heal next turn, though, but... What? They're not killed. Okay, well, that's what the save's for. That's what the save's for.
Might have been a crit, too.
That's
don't know.
possible.
You've gotten a reasonable amount of luck, but I don't know what their crit chance is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. So you can negate crit chances in this game. That's what the luck stat typically does. But in Fates and Echoes, every 2 points of luck negates 1 crit.
Instead of 1-to-1.
Yeah, instead of 1-to-1. So there was a... I don't think my Corn's doing too hot on luck, even though we used a +4 luck stat booster. Or I just did the math wrong. That's also possible. That's never happened before, though, but that's okay.
I mean, we're obligated to say that at least once.
Yeah, true.
There's so many things that can happen in a run with this many variables. It's bound to happen, right?
Yep. We are almost dead again. You're not going to attack me from there. This is awkward. I do not want that. I need to move you here. Okay. I cannot enter this zone, otherwise that's just chapter over, basically.
All right, gotta go for it, I guess.
I have 0 healing resources right now. Problem is, if you hit me, I'm dead. But I don't have a choice because I don't have healing.
Let's go!
Let's go! We dodged a 63. Let's go! Skill-based speed game. Skill-based speed game. I've never had that much trouble with that chapter before. Holy moly!
And if you remember this curve, note the rather sharp jump up here. So that was actually a good bit more than 63.
It was probably like a 70% chance to get hit by it. All right, so we are going to go do some shopping trips here and buy a bronze dagger and a fruit knife because we are going to reclass Corrin. And also, we just got a bunch of money, so we are going to do a really big shopping trip here and buy a bazillion tonics. 8 strength tonics, 7 defense tonics, 15 speed tonics, 11 skill tonics, and then literally all our money for 19 strength tonics. So not something you should do casually, but...
You can.
You could, yeah. That's a lot of money down the drain, but you could. But given we're only using 1, maybe 2 units, the tonic, we are going to use tonics almost every single map to just try to stay ahead of the curve. All right, so we're going to reclass Corn into the Ninja class with the Heart Seal. And the Ninja class is a really solid class. It uses Shuriken and Daggers, which is probably the best physical weapon type because it has innate 1 to 2 range with no drawbacks, nerfs enemies, and is very accurate. The downside being they're not very strong, which we can compensate for that pretty easily with tonics and stuff like that.
But a lot of other 1 to 2 range weapons are nerfed in this game in particular, like not being able to double attack with them. It's unfortunate for those, but fortunately Ninja works well for a variety of things.
Yep.
Doesn't have the most maneuverability, but that's what Parap is for.
So I'll briefly explain this chapter, but one of the ways to cheese defend maps in Fire Emblem is just camp 1 unit on the defend tile and just end turn. Problem, there's 4 defend tiles. We don't have that many tanky units, so that's kind of impossible in our scenario. So we actually have to play this out. And we also, since it's a defend map and it's a speedrun, our goal is to minimize time loss. Since we don't have a way to end the map early, we have to find ways to mitigate time loss despite the fact that we can't end it early. So like we want to do as little as possible and be as lazy as possible. Okay, but so Corn's gonna go ahead and take care of that choke point, make sure that Silas is healed up, and we are gonna also need to block these choke points and make sure that these units can block these off. And we also got the most broken unit in Conquest. Her name is Camila. She is a pre-promoted unit with bonkers stats, and she is also technically under-leveled because her internal level is 15. So she still gains a lot of experience from kills. We're not going to use her as our main carry in a speedrun. She will be very useful in general, though.
Including literally carrying Corn.
Literally.
Yeah, generally winged mounted units tend to be really effective in pretty much any type of playthrough of these games, whether it be speedrun, low turn count, or just casual. So very useful for mobility, but also they tend to do a lot of damage.
Okay, so the scary thing about this map is that there are these Sky Knights that can fly over everything, and they will not attack you. They're just going to blitz for the defense tile. So you usually have to use them a turn to like kill them. So you need to make sure you have like the action economy to pick them off. And that's Camilla's main role, picking off Sky Knights, because she can kill them pretty reliably while having the mobility to match them, because no one else does. Do I W? I do. Okay, good. You need a pretty high amount of speed to double that paired Sky Knight. If you don't, then I have to use a backup strat to have at least use the free staff, which is a little risky to do. And turn. And now what happened is the boss, Takumi, just used his Dragon Vein to suck away all the water. So now all of these choke points blocked by water are open. Which makes this kind of an interesting defend map when you play it the first time, because it just throws everyone off guard and go like, oh crap. All these choke points I were blocking are now pointless. But we are in pretty good shape. At this point, I'm trying to retreat everyone towards the corner, but also try to funnel as much experience into Corn as possible. Thank you for not getting defense, but getting everything else.
Look, she's just going for the strat of dodge everything.
Yeah, just dodge them out, exactly.
You don't need defense if you don't get hit.
True. That is true. Ooh, you missed? That's annoying. You run away. And you go here. We have 2 more turns left. Okay. Don't miss. Thank you. Don't miss. Thank you. Block this choke point. And we should be able to just end turn one more time and end the map.
Lo and behold, there's still choke points.
Yep. And look, that's Jacob. We don't care about his stats. In fact, we want him to get as few stats as possible because they cost time. Okay, that actually went pretty decently. So we take those. So that's kind of one of the most notorious chapters in Fates, because it's one of those defend maps that like are actually meticulously designed to like, you just barely have enough turns to defend while you get stormed. Of course, when you're playing it casually, you know what you're doing. It's the strategy to actually be really aggressive and go out of your way to kill everything, which actually makes things a lot easier, but we don't have the tools to do that in speedrun.
So the fruit knife is a weapon that can also be used for healing. As such, it is very useful. And here we are. We need to infiltrate the Shinra building, so we're of course going to take the stairs. Because why wouldn't you?
Exactly. Stairs are faster, just like in FF7. So this chapter is pretty comfy, nice defense, because we can kind of use this chapter as an excuse to grind Corrin. And for marathon safety, I'm going to take it a little bit slow and try to get her as much extra weapon experience as possible, because one of the things I haven't talked about is weapon rank. So we were only able to use a bronze dagger for a while, which is a really terrible weapon, but it's the only weapon we can use right when we reclass because our shuriken rank starts at E. Meaning if we have an E rank in shuriken, we can't use D rank shuriken or higher. We are currently at D rank, so we can use the fruit knife, which is the plus. And we want to try to hit C rank shuriken because that allows us to use steel shuriken, which is just a stronger shuriken in general.
It is worth noting that they kind of reformed weapons in general with this game as opposed to previous ones. You don't see like durability on the weapons the same way that you did in previous games, which is better or worse depending on who you ask. But helpful to the speedrun because you don't have to keep buying new stuff.
Well, that's not that defense is.
There's still a lot of inventory management in this game, to be sure.
So anything that cuts that down is nice. Anything
All the
that gives
tonics.
Anything that gives us defense would be nice, though.
Okay, so this chapter is interesting in that there's a bit of a gimmick where you can destroy some pots and they give you buffs or nerfs depending on if they're poison or medicine pots. And our goal is to get to the top and escape or defeat Ryoma. Defeating Ryoma is faster and a lot of experience. So this chapter is mostly straightforward, so we can squeeze in a quick few donations while I play through this chapter really quick.
Oh, absolutely. I'll lead off with $100 from Dolph saying, believe it or not, scientists actually have determined the exact value of pi. It is 3.14159265358 skipping. And I do want to point out that it was pointed out in chat earlier that while it might not be Pi Day today, this day, the 22nd of July, actually is Pi Approximation Day because 22/7 is an excellent approximation of pi.
Oh, I learned.
Yeah.
I think it was like it matches for like the first 3 or 4 decimal places or something like that.
Back when I was in elementary school, as a hobby, me and a few friends did a contest to try to memorize, see how many digits of pi we can memorize.
155897993238462643338327950284197.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
Somebody beat me.
All right, get defense. I know we don't want too much defense in Conquest, but this is
Oh my
a little
word.
yikes. This defense is a little yikes.
All right. Maybe one more Dolph?
Yeah.
Wolf.
So one more Wolf. Yeah. We can squeeze in one quick donation while I do the preps for this chapter, because this chapter is really involved.
Sure. Let's. How about $40 from a certain Corvime who says Corvime is confused. She forgot how much she was supposed to donate for confusion in her confusion.
Shout out to Corbin May. All right, so we are going to promote Corrin into a second-tier class called a Master Ninja, which is basically ninja but better, and can use swords.
Defense.
One defense. Let's go.
It's not as if that was predetermined or anything.
So okay, my notes say if my defense is 15, do not defense tonic.
I think we're in a...
Yeah.
I think I'm using a defense tonic. And then Camilla's gonna get a hand axe, skill strength, HP tonic, use strength tonic. Okay, safety save, and don't die. Okay, so this is one of those chapters where I will play out the enemy phase because skipping enemy phases doesn't really do this chapter justice on how the strat works out really nicely. So Laszlo is a mercenary who has quick riposte, +3 damage when counterattacking. He has an FE parrot, which is a +2 strength, and he's using a steel sword. And a strength tonic allows him to barely kill these knights in one round of combat. Camilla, who is the Queen of Conquest, is going to get a skill pair-up buff from Selena because she needs hit with a strength pair-up. Not strength pair-up, strength tonic with a hand axe, which cannot double attack in this game. She has exactly enough attack power to one-shot every single one of these mages. And then Corrin, we just yeet her down here and hope that she doesn't die.
Sounds like a wise strategy.
16, 16. If we didn't Strength Tonic, that would do 14, 14, and the Armor Knights would be left at 1 HP. So that works out perfectly. Okay. Please dodge. Thank you. One thing to note, Master Ninjas also get an innate +5 hit, +5 avoid, +5 crit, +5 crit avoid boost. It's a really good class. Yeah, so 24 damage on these 23 HP mages, and I'll play the animations out to show you how bad her hit rate is, by the way, and why hit is a very important stat. She hit all 3, so, you know, we take those.
Yeah.
Strength. We want strength and skill.
Hey.
Hey, good. Good level
skill.
up. Good level
Hooray.
up. Strength and skill. The 2 most important stats for her. Total dodge? Okay, we got a guard gauge.
Yeah.
So we've taken minimal damage with Corrin.
That's another mechanic. So you can see those little tokens filling up.
Mm-hmm.
When you have the full one, the next attack will be blocked. That's a bit yikes.
I think I'm gonna heal. That might be a good idea. Okay, so Orochi is another mage boss here, and Camilla can't one-shot her, unfortunately. And we're gonna use an ability called Lunge, which swaps spaces. Why is that important? If we just weaken her without swapping, she's gonna run away here and heal. But now that we blocked this tile off, she's gonna die in enemy phase. Hopefully.
Strategery.
Alright. Okay, we're good. So these enemies here only have 1 range weapon, so we're going to use this as an excuse to use our 1 range Yato, which is Corrin's exclusive weapon. And also because the Master Ninja can use swords now.
Yeah, you want a high sword rank as well.
Yes!
Let's go!
Yeah.
Don't miss. Thank you. Camila will hit every single mage here. Wow. And we got 2 more new flunkies. We don't care about them. Okay, Yato. Keep that equipped. You, Steel Axe. So one thing is that we want to get support points with Camila by the end of this chapter. And 2, Camila buffs Corrin when she's next to her. Because Camila right now is giving Corrin +3 attack with her personal ability, Lily's Poise. Rosa's Thorns. And that's going to be needed when we clear out this portion of the map, because we have to end the map on this turn, otherwise we lose several turns because of reinforcements. And these enemies are also actually really bulky, so we need the extra attack power by putting Camila next to Corrin, which is +3 attack of damage dealt. So Corrin now has 41 attack with Camila next to her. And we auto battle and hope that our flunkies can clean that up. Thank you. And hopefully this works out. Nice.
Nice. Double nice.
That I didn't even notice that until. So my nice was in response to the crit. Nice crit.
Never didn't have it.
All right, so yeah, that's that chapter. Hope you enjoyed it, because that is one of the more involved route maps in the speedrun. And as another note, we want to get a C support with Camila for a few reasons. Well, not a few reasons. We need to get 2 support points between Corrin and Camila to hit C support. And each round of combat gives you 0.5 points, and it rounds up. So we need at least a minimum of 3 rounds of combat between Corrin and Camila just for this chapter. And that means we can, and since we did, that means we can go ahead and get a C support with Camila, and you'll see why that's important. And Camila got strength, so normally I use a strength tonic on her, but I don't need to because she got strength.
It's worth noting that they severely nerfed the buddy up system with this game from Awakening, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's still very good. All right, so this is a defeat boss map, but we're going to have a nice spot for Corrin to land and just kill everything here. And we have to defeat this boss, Kumigara. Don't die, please. Kill. Good. Okay.
Yeah, she's getting all the stats. She's getting all the stats you want on your board.
I ran this category AGDQ like 5 years ago, and Corrin refused to get strength. This one's not getting defense. Okay. So several years ago, this boss used to be a huge problem because that doesn't look very reliable. Like, I'm not killing him. I need a crit, and if I don't kill him, these archers next to him are gonna shred me apart. So like, it took me forever to figure out. Like, I spent so much time trying to figure out a cleaner way to do this.
Why not just
Why not
Camilla?
just use Camilla? Yeah, exactly. This would not work if it weren't for that C support, because Corrin has a personal ability where with the C support you deal supported units get +10 hit, +2 damage dealt, and that is enough for Camilla to kill him. Because I need to do 18 damage per hit. So yeah, just if when in doubt when playing Conquest, just press the Camilla button.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Okay. So this next chapter is, so in the lore, we actually just fell into Vala, which is kind of like a third country that's kind of the mastermind of the war between Hoshido and Nor. And but there's a curse where you cannot speak of Vala when you're not in Vala because it's Fate's writing. I'm not going to say more on that.
Rule 1 about Vala. We do not talk about Vala.
Exactly. Okay, this chapter has a really neat gimmick where you can like duplicate your units here, and then like you can have them like kill enemies here for some of the rewards, like a spirit dust, which isn't relevant for us, but there's a lot of goodies on the bottom half of the map. And whatever damage your clones take, your main character also takes, so you do have to be careful with that. But this is a speedrun, we don't care. So we're just gonna skip all that.
God, I get nervous every time you press start and just see that health bar go down.
I do too, trust me. We should be fine. Yeah, okay. We have a guard gauge up. So, yep, so we can auto battle and that's safe. And so the objective is to escape with all units. The Revelation version of this map is really funny because you have a flyer gunter and you just yeet out of there in 2 turns.
What is Revelation map design?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. If Revelation 1, we would have been able to joke about snow shoveling in 100-degree weather in Utah. Because there is a map where you basically snow shovel. And
You asked me to go and see if we could find a shovel for you.
yeah, I legitimately asked if someone could get us toy shovel from Target just
I
for
checked. They
Revelation.
didn't have any, and I'm like, where are people going to the beach? They're doing that.
So now we're out of Valhalla.
All right, so this map is pretty neat because you have, so we have this pot of gold that has 10,000 gold, and every turn that passes, you lose 300. Meaning you have an incentive to try to clear this map quickly, and the objective of this map is to find the traitor. So there are 4 green soldiers on this map. You have to talk to all of them. The last one that you talk to will be the boss that we have to defeat, the spy. So in a sense, it's kind of a talk to all the NPCs map. So Camilla's gonna go talk to this one here.
So does it like? So it doesn't really matter which ones you talk to. It's always going to be the 4th one.
It's always gonna be the 4th one. Yep, nice
Come
defense.
on.
But it means this can be planned around, which
Yep.
is nice.
And we also got this unit named Xander. He's the Prince of Nor. He's
Super
really tanky.
Super tanky.
Really tanky. And he's mobile too. So he's kind of pretty slow. So he's not fantastic offensively in that sense. But
The units aren't attacking him much because he's so tanky.
Yeah.
And yeah, that allows Camilla to just kind of not need to worry about anything.
because he's just distracting everyone. I talked to that one, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this is the last one. It's Shura. All right. Bye. All right. So we have a decision, very important decision to make after defeating Shura. You can spare him and get a really competent pre-promoted unit who can use staves and has +1 move and lock touch. That's pretty good.
Or
Or we can kill him
and go faster.
and get boots. All right.
Got to go fast.
Boots gives you +1 move. I don't think I need to say how good that is. So I'm going to do a quick upgrade with some facilities to buy some effective weapons. And then meanwhile, while I do this, we can squeeze in a few quick donations.
All right, we've got $121 from Gwyn, which says, thanks for a great event, great runs, and for supporting a great cause. And speaking of great runs and great incentives, the run after this run is going to be, well, coming up soon is going to be Pokemon Legends Arceus. And we've got a variety of donation incentives for that open right now if you want to get your money in for those, such as naming the player, and naming the Cyndaquil that we'll be using for that, and choosing which clan we're going to be doing between Diamond and Pearl. So be sure to get your donations in for that soon.
Boots. I didn't need to use the defense tonic, but I probably should anyways. All right, so this map has a bit of a gimmick where we can go at, we have all, if you see all these yellow tiles, we are going to raise all of them that are lowered and vice versa. And our goal is to get to the boss, who is all the way in the upper right corner. His name is Kotaro, however you pronounce it. He's terrible because he is really fast. And it's like you have to have like 1 or 2 above average speed in order to double attack him. Like, well, we have base 24 speed. He has 25 speed overall. We need 30 speed. And that means with all the buffs that we have right now, including tonics, we need a minimum of 26 base speed. Double him with that's not speed. What's it? I have this on my notes. 27 base speed to double him with the Yato. 28 with the Killing Edge, which is preferred. And we're nowhere close to that, so... Oh yeah, we can't even double these. Well, we're going to be here for a while because we can't double other ninjas. Ooh. We have a guard gauge up, so this should be fine. Defense. Hey, defense!
That's one of the 2 stats you need now.
Yep. Our speed has been not fantastic. Usually speed isn't too much of an issue because, like, when you're a ninja, the ninja gives you a pretty big speed buff and a speed growth buff, so our chance of getting speed is higher than if we weren't a ninja. But we've been getting a little unlucky there recently, which is binding us right now. 26 speed. Yeah, I'm not going for that. I'm gonna have to do a safer strat where I spend like 3 or 4 turns picking off these ninjas slowly. The YOLO faster strat is to just YOLO for a crit, and if I miss, then I die. Because these are all caltrops, which gives you -30 avoid, -3 defense, and that's terrible. And everything will just shred you apart. And I need to not die. And I'm just gonna go run away because Goran doesn't have good speed or defense right now, and that's a bit of an issue. But I also need to get ready to actually kill him. 14 damage. Crit! Okay, don't kill me!
Yo! Never didn't have it.
Oh my goodness. What is speed and defense? I don't know. So this next chapter is a defeat all bosses chapter, which is a pretty interesting map objective. We're going to be using Xander, who I mentioned before, he's not like really good for his like, what's it called? His offensive capabilities. He's not really very fast, although that can be remedied casually pretty easily. But he's fast enough to double attack armor knights, and he has an armor slayer, which, spoiler alert, is effective against armored units.
Effective basically means the might of the weapon or its base damage is tripled.
So the armor slayer has knight might. Against armored enemies, it's 27, so it'll shred through armor knights. And yeah, so there's a boss up here we need to take out with Corrin, and then a double general boss down here that we need to take out with Xander. And this is pretty straightforward. We just bunga Corrin and Xander to their respective bosses, so we can squeeze in. If the host has anything to say, Escrunt, then feel free to go at
Yeah,
it.
it sounds like a good opportunity for me to plug some of the prizes we've gotten going for the balance of the marathon. If you haven't already heard about the Steam Deck 256 gigabyte, which you can get for $100 donated over the course of the marathon, that's worth getting some money in for. We've also got some things running for this last block of the run, such as if you enjoyed the Octopath 2 run earlier, yeehaw. You can put in $10 and you can get your very own Steam key for Octopath Traveler 2. So if you enjoyed that run, if you like the look of the game in general, you can get your money in. You can have a chance at getting that for yourself.
Okay.
So yeah, there are 2 generals stacked up here, hence double general.
I don't like this. I'm actually gonna have to buy more concoctions, which has almost never happened before. Good job, Xander, on not getting defense, because if Xander gets too much defense, that's really bad for the next map.
Once again, if he is too bulky, enemies won't attack him.
Yep, and that is an ongoing trend you might notice. Can you look away from the screen for a second? No one sees anything. You see nothing. You see nothing. Okay.
Sorry, I think we might have had a blip in the stream there for a moment. What's going on now?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
I just felt something weird, like there was time, but there wasn't time.
All right, so this map is a pretty notorious map. I don't know what those dragon herbs are, but we'll leave them alone for now. Xander needs a skill tonic. And you also, so this siege tree gives you +4 defense if it's in your inventory. We're gonna throw it away because we don't want him to be bulky. This is the scariest map in the mid-game portion. Why? Because these are all foxes, and they are accurate. They are fast, and our defense sucks, but they will ignore you if our defense is too high. And they hit like a truck, especially our Corrin, who has terrible defense. But again, this is also one of those maps where we really don't want too much defense. So the strat is pray you don't have too much defense, and just dodge Lamau.
It's not been a problem for this run.
Yeah, it's been working out so far, honestly.
You have
hey,
to
speed.
say
We're
it.
getting some points now, at least.
Yeah, like these like each do like 15 damage to me, by the way. So like they just hit like a truck. And by the way, this is all on the easiest difficulty, so it's really difficult. And the reason why we have a ninja as our pair-up bot, Kaze, is because he gives us a lot of speed, and also, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There it is. And he gives us speed, and he also has an ability called Miraculous Save, which gives Corrin a luck % chance to survive a lethal blow. This chapter is so scary that I unironically rely on that. So yeah, unfortunately we just lost that defense level up, so our best thing to do is just pray we dodge. That's the only thing we can do.
Just don't get hit. It's a skill issue.
Yeah, just don't get hit, Lamau.
Well, more of a defense issue than a skill issue, but
True.
Yeah, so it'll be speed and luck issue.
So I'm gonna. Did I forget to buy healing item? I did. Fruit knife, heal. All right. Let's just hope we dodge. Just dodge, Lamau. Oh my god. This chapter is so scary. I'm sorry. There's a defense level if we survive. If we survive. I'm gonna play this very safe and just camp and turtle with the fruit knife. Because I can't do anything else without risking dying, because again, these are all coin flips. Like they all have 50 to 60 hit on me. So
turns out infinite vulneraries can be a pretty safe backup.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm eating a lot of fruit off of this fruit knife. It's kind of nice, not gonna lie.
It's definitely a technique that bears fruit sometimes.
I'm so glad we put you as host for this.
You're welcome.
That was a smoothie.
Okay. Well. Wait, what'd you say? I missed it. I was focusing. I was focusing too much. Let's.
You just watch it. Just watch
Yeah.
the VOD.
Okay, I'll watch the VOD later.
It should be pretty apparent.
I think we should be fine. I'm gonna take this very slowly. Very slowly.
I'm surprised Kirby didn't get that one either. That was
Very
subtle.
slowly.
That was.
I'll have to watch the VOD because I'm like constant.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
it sounds like I'm having a lot of fun, but part of me is like constantly panicking about this chapter, unironically, because this chapter is so scary. I have never used a fruit. I probably used a fruit knife in this run alone more times than I've ever used it in all of speedrunning of Fates ever.
Chad is
In
wondering.
there.
We made it!
Made
Let's
it.
go!
Yay!
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Kitsune Lair. All right, all right. So we have a few more chill chapters, which it's funny that I say that coming into this chapter because a lot of people would not say that about this chapter. Don't mind those dragon herbs. They totally are not DLC only items for marathon safety. That gives me a +1 boost to every stat. Don't mind it. And this chapter has a lot of terrain we need to fly over. And we need to get to the boss and seize. The gimmick of this chapter is that, well, you see these wind vents? When you end your turn in them, they blow you 5 tiles, like that.
It's really useful to pair up with your paraglider here and, take the wind currents, because then you can go so much farther.
Mm-hmm. And now we're up to the boss, so the strat here is just crit Lamau. Or Dragon Fang, or both.
Wow.
That works. That works.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, so we didn't mention it, but we have Dragon Fang, which is self-explanatory. You do extra damage with a 3/4 skill % chance. We also have lethality, which is a 1/4 times skill % chance to one-hit KO someone.
I thought the laws of physics stated you couldn't delete matter. You deleted that guy.
And the damage you do does stack with the actual crit, by the way. So if you get a Dragon Fang plus crit, that enemy is very dead.
Yeah, that applies at the end of all the calculations.
Mm. So this map is neat in that this is a escape with all units map, so we kind of need to climb this staircase just like Final Fantasy VII style. And there's a lot of really dangerous enemies that move and can just slaughter you, but these Dragon Veins freeze all enemies for 1 turn. And Camilla is a royal because what's the best solution to any complicated problem? Throw Camilla at it. So we kind of just skipped this entire map by spamming these Dragon Veins. Higher difficulties do remove some of these Dragon Veins, so it's not as easy to trivialize. Defense? Nope.
Got speed at least.
Got
Got
speed.
res.
Yeah, Res is nice, I guess. Question mark.
It's there.
It's there. It exists. So speed is important because we do need to hit 31 speed to double attack a really fast boss later on. Okay. This is 22. So we're approaching the end game of the conquest, where we're actually invading Hoshido now, and so we actually have to fight our birth siblings. And so this one is Sakura, our younger sibling, and this game again. This map has a cool little gimmick where you can kind of raise and lower floors from 2 different sides, but we're gonna skip all that.
Ain't got time for that.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. I didn't really mention the big difference between using Gunter and Jacob as your parrot bots, but they're both really useful because, like Gunter, his personal ability, if you want to read it here, if supporting the main character, grants him or her 15 hit and 3 damage dealt, which is a huge offensive buff for reliability and offense. And Jacob, who is the main reason we went female Corrin, because you get Jacob earlier with female Corrin, he does the opposite, where you take 3 less damage and get 15 of Void.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Bless you.
You do also want to use Jacob a fair amount so that you build up enough support with him.
Yeah, I think while I threw the donations to Eskrant, we got married to Jacob, but it's just a marriage, not a big deal. Okay, Shuriken Fair. So we learned as a level 15, which is plus 5 damage dealt with Shuriken. Very important. But we can only have 5 skills equipped at a time. We're going to throw away Nobility, which is plus 20% experience, but plus 20% experience doesn't really help you that much. Can I kill you?
Did you just forsake your claim to the throne just to be a better ninja?
Yes, yes.
That's
I threw away my nobility
That's
to be a better
awesome.
ninja.
Why would you be a ruler when they can't see you? That would be hard.
True,
Fair
true.
point.
Okay, I didn't look at my speed stat. Am I at 31? 31, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do another quick shopping trip. And now that we have our staff store, not the armory, staff store maxed out, we can buy stat boosters. Only 1 of each, though.
Oh,
So we're going to buy an arm scroll and a Draco shield, because we kind of need that really badly, and a Seraph robe. And then we're going to use all our money to buy elixirs and concoctions.
come again.
So that's all our money. Seraph robe gives you plus 5 HP permanently, and the Draco shield gives you plus 2 defense permanently. If I was low on speed, I would buy a speed wing instead. And this, okay, lots of stat boosters, thank you very much. And we are going to need strength and speed tonics as usual. Almost every map in the run from here on out is a Seize map, with a important boss on the throne, and then we need to use the Seize command on the throne. So right now we need to take these stairs again to get to Takumi, who's blocking the throne. And you're supposed to kind of go all the way around like this, but, you know, we fly, so whatever. We do need to keep an eye on our HP. And also, problem with Camila is that we haven't really built up much support with Camila, and we need as much avoid as possible to not die. So we're going to use Baruka, another flyer, to kind of ferry Jacob across. So now Corrin has her husband, and we are going to need to heal. Okay.
Well, plus I did get defense and speed last level.
Come on. Defense. Fantastic.
Hey.
Making up for lost time.
Yeah, our strength and skill are capped, so that is literally a perfect level up at this point. We should be good. I need to buy more concoctions for safety, honestly. Okay, and now we just bonk Takumi with the killing edge. Crit. Wouldn't have mattered, but it would be really funny if we got a crit, because stream value. Unfortunately, again, the problem with having only 1 carry comes to bite us, because we don't have another unit to bonk that sniper for us and save us a turn. But not a big deal, though, in this case. All right, so this next chapter, we have to fight Hinoka, our older sister from Hoshido. And she is backed by a Ani chieftain, who is an axe user. And they are both on the throne. So we need to kill 2 units blocking the throne and then seize in this chapter. So what I'm going to be doing is getting my offensive stat boosters up. Let's see. strength, skill, speed. We need 31 speed for this, otherwise we can't double Hinoka. We're going to grab the Hunter's Knife and make sure our killing edge is below the Hunter's Knife. The Hunter's Knife is an effective weapon against beast enemies, including Pegasus Knights. And Nyx. Safety save in case things go wrong.
So, Kirby, why are you bringing a unit that's like level 8 in here?
She's pretty cool. Dark mages are really good. Haven't you heard that from Awakening?
Yeah, they are really good.
Nosferatu tanking is pretty OP. Oh, by the way, Hinoka just activated a Dragon Vein, which gives all flyers +4 move, and all non-flyers -4 move. So Camilla is now flying with 13 move, and Nyx only has 3 move. There are flyers with bows. Oh, okay. Nyx took the hit for us. Thank you. So yeah, there was a flyer with a bow that would absolutely destroy Camilla, but we used Nyx as bait. And then now we're going to use the Hunter's Knife to bonk Hinoka. That works. But now we need to kill the Honest Chieftain behind her on enemy phase. So we're going to drop the Hunter's Knife to auto-equip the Killing Edge and hope for a crit on enemy phase. Because we can't kill him otherwise, which we did get, so we're good.
Nice.
Getting weapon triangle here, obviously, to get more hit. It is very much a thing in this game. And it's more complicated because it's Fates.
Yeah.
It's also a paired ranged weapon, which includes magic, shuriken, and bows that correspond to each melee weapon because reasons.
I can never remember it, honestly. Like, the game does color-code it for you, thankfully. Like, axes and bows are green weapons, which are effective against blue weapons, which are lances and... Shuriken, yeah. Lances and shuriken, which are good against red weapons, which are swords and...
Magic.
Magic, yeah. Which helps, but still. All right, so we have to defeat the Prince of Hoshido now. And we're going to buff ourselves up. And can you guess what the strat is going to be?
Run away.
Close. Ryoma will wait 25 turns patiently for his revenge because he thinks he killed his sister. You can use all your flunky units to kind of navigate this map and open a door to help kill him. That's obviously really slow, so we're just going to hope that we get a crit. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Dragon Fang, and then a normal hit, and we nerfed him. Animations for fun. That should kill. That very kill.
Yes.
I mean, you didn't get the crit you asked for.
Goodbye, Ryoma.
So my world record run lost like 3 turns there because she failed to proc anything. But that's speedrunning sometimes. All right, so we're approaching the end game. We have like 3 maps left. This next chapter is probably one of the scariest chapters in the run. There's just a lot of scary enemies overall, and the complicated thing is that there is a boss in the middle on the throne named, I think his name is Iago. I don't remember. He's basically the last comically evil villain in the game.
There's a comically evil villain no matter which route you take.
Yes. And he has 3 staves that he cycles through every single turn if you're in his range. Enfeeble, Freeze, and Silence. Enfeeble lowers all your stats by 4 temporarily, and that is very bad. So yeah, this guy here, Enfeeble, -4 to all stats. Then he will use Freeze, which prevents you from moving for 1 turn. Kind of bad, but we can't avoid it sometimes. And Silence, which is irrelevant. And he will keep cycling through that over and over and over again. So I have to constantly keep track of which staff he is about to use. He will hit me with Enfeeble. We want this because we want the heroes to go after us with lower defense. And now he's using Freeze, which are going to get out of his green range. And now he's going to use Silence, which doesn't matter right now. We kind of need to heal. Fruit Knife. Good job.
Are you saving the elixir for the last couple maps?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Feeble. This is a freeze turn, so I'm going to go in and open his door. We're going to get frozen for a turn. Not a big deal.
Doesn't mean you can't attack, just means you can't move.
And now that was a Silence turn, and now we get out of his range before he enfeebles us. Freeze. Fruit Knife. Silence.
Fruit Knife MVP.
Serious, Fruit Knife has been carrying this run so hard. I never thought I'd say that.
Something I've been saying since my run yesterday, you hope for the best run, you prepare for the worst run.
Yes.
And with how your defense has been going, preparation has been key.
It's worked out great in the end.
So we want to bait these...
I thought it was classy with the apparent one, but that was...
Apparently. My goodness. All right, so we're gonna get enfeebled now, frozen, and then we're gonna get frozen, which is fine, and then silence, which is fine, and then we'll get enfeebled when we open the store. Can't be helped, but all we have is to bonk the boss. And we have a guard gauge almost ready, so this is a guaranteed kill. Okay, and now we seize. Okay, so we have to fight Garon, who is totally not possessed from Vala, but I should probably get banned from stream for mentioning that now. Oops. Anyways.
Valhalla.
Valhalla, there we go.
Banana.
This is a pretty straightforward chapter. It's really trivial, even though it's Conquest, and the other routes are way scarier, honestly. But so we can squeeze in a few last donations during this map, because it's not much to talk about here.
All right. So we've got $11 from Valkyrie saying, donating to get Torkoal as the Cyndaquil name. Much easier to type than Cyndaquil backwards, and I dare say much easier to pronounce as well. That's a donation incentive for our next run, Pokemon Legends Arceus. That does put Torkoal in the lead at $21 right now. So if you want to see that change, or you want to name the player or choose the clan that we're going to be seeing in that run, get your donations in for those now.
Okay. So one of the reasons why using swords is really important is because the final boss has Dragon Skin, which halves damage from every...
Okay.
It didn't do as much damage, because again, he has Dragon Skin, so it halves damage from everything. But the Yato, the damage reduction from the Yato is only 25% instead of 50%, which is why the ability to use swords is really important in all three routes for the speedrun.
So is this...
Just so for the final boss.
Okay, I was going to say, is the animation force, or you just doing it for dramatic effect?
Both. So that's the first phase of the final boss. This is the actual final boss, and if I die here, I have to redo that, so good luck. Because the game doesn't let you save here. And time will be coming up after we defeat possessed Takumi. Okay, so I'm going to try something fun. Oh, no, I forgot to buy a heart seal. Never mind. Oh, that's okay. No memes for today, but that's okay. So we just need to get Camilla, Jacob, Azura, and Uwu.
Is this real life? A kirbymastah run without a meme at the very end?
I know. I was going to do the same thing I did at AGDQ where I deploy Arthur, who screams, "For justice!" all the time.
You can hand me the 3DS, and I can press start for a turn. We make it co-op world record.
Oh, I forgot to do that too. Okay. Okay, you want to make it a co-op world record?
Let's go.
Okay, just move Jacob, like, all the way down. More. A. Wait.
Now, you do it. You do it.
Okay, you do it now. Okay, cool. This is going to be the official co-op world record.
Let's go.
3 players, let's go! So this is a little scary. We're using Azura and Camilla as bait to just get a lot of axe users away from us because they hit hard. So goodbye Azura and Camilla. And we just kind of want to yeet ourselves down to Takumi immediately because he's at the very bottom of the map. And also kill off these staff users that are going to cause problems. Okay, heal up with an elixir. Should be fine. Play the animations out for fun. Dragon Fang? Is this a crit? 1% crit? Oh. Oh.
So close.
So close. All right. Time will be coming up on the fade outs. And time.
Overestimate for real, Kirk.
Blame the defense. Okay, I have something funny to show off for like 20 seconds. Is that fine?
20 seconds should be fine, yeah.
Like 20, 30 seconds. Okay.
We are no longer way behind schedule. Yay.
Okay, so this is a birthright file on chapter 12. And our objective in this chapter is to escape from this tile. So what I'm going to do, all right, is escape from this tile. So first of all, I'm going to yeet you down here. Move you up here. Give it a second. Goodbye, Caden.
Okay, no.
No. All right.
Who?
All right, so now we can escape with Corrin here. Oh, well, we just game overed.
It was brilliant.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep, that's game over, everyone. Yep. So I believe why this happens is because like there's no other units deployed. So the game has a check for no more units on the map before you escape. So you game over if there's no one else. So this does happen even if you're playing on Phoenix mode or casual mode as well. So thought I'd show that off because it's kind of amusing. But yeah, that's everything. That's it for Fire Emblem Fates. Thanks everyone for the donations and for having me, and thanks to RPG Limit Break for having me up here again. This game is awesome. We do have a Fire Emblem speedrunning community. We are small, but we do have a lot of people who just love the series as a whole. So if you're interested in running these games, I do have guides for a lot of the games that I run as well. So they exist, and the Discord is available to anyone to join and ask questions and so on. And shoutouts to Alec and GhostKumo for their time on chilling with me. So that's all I have to say. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, kirbymastah, for that run of the Conquest route of Fire Emblem Fates. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll be having a run of Pokemon Legends Arceus, run by Hulkery. We have a variety of donation incentives coming up for that, so be sure to get your money in for that right away. Yep. So in just a few short moments, we're going to be having a quick break, and I'll be handing the microphone off to the wonderful and talented Tiny Tim. Stay tuned.
Hello there, folks. Welcome back. You're watching RPG Limit Break 2023, coming to you live from Salt Lake City, Utah. supporting NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. My name is TinyTim78, and I will be your host for the upcoming run of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this run. A big shout out to the previous host, Esquant, and the fantastic Fire Emblem run there. And while we are waiting to get set up, we have received a donation here from Galestius, $50. I like cats. Well, I agree with that comment. Do we like cats, chat? Can we see your cats? I'm sure Kirby appreciates that donation. Thank you so much indeed. Really, really appreciated. While we are waiting to get set up, I would like to mention that we do have Pokemon Legends Arceus. We do have the post-game Volo and Arceus fights incentive, and that is still open at the moment. We're needing a little bit more on that one. We're currently sitting at $936 out of the $2,000 needed to get that one. Okay, you do not want to miss it. I've spoken to the runner about it already, and they have advised it is not to be missed. Let's see if we can get that sorted. Also, these will be closing very shortly. You do have the naming incentive on the Cyndaquil, and you do have the choosing the clan. I believe that's actually open for a bit longer. Choosing the clan, either Diamond or Pearl. But you will have the naming the Cyndaquil and naming the player incentives, which will be getting cut off, I imagine, fairly quickly. So if you want to get your donations in there, please do so. Currently, we have $21 towards the Cyndaquil name being Torkoal. We all have $20 towards Liquidnick. And finally, we have $5 on Quillspin. And for the player name, we have $50 towards Hustler, $40 towards Volo 2, and $5 on Luigi Spin. So if you want to get your player name or your Cyndaquil name, please get those donations in. Remember that RPG Limit Break 2023 is coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah, and we are raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, which was formed in 1979 as a grassroots advocacy organization by a group of parents whose children suffered with serious mental illnesses. And NAMI has maintained that focus to this day. All of your donations go towards NAMI. We've currently raised $68,691 towards a fantastic cause. Please, please, please keep your donations coming in. We've only got this run and the Kingdom Hearts 3 run after this. So please, please show your appreciation, if you can, for a fantastic cause. We're still getting set up here, but we'll be back with you shortly. Just a little update for you here, folks. That last donation that came in has gone towards naming the Cyndaquil Mr. Cat. So currently, our Cyndaquil will be named Mr. Cat. You have about approximately 10 minutes into the start of the run for that to be closed off. So if you do wish to have your Cyndaquil name, please get your donations in. Thank you very much. while we are waiting for the next one to be set up, let's give you a little bit more information about why we are here. We are supporting NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and the NAMI Helpline is a free, US-based, nationwide peer support service providing information, resource referrals and support to people living with a mental health condition, their family members and caregivers, mental health providers and the public. The NAMI Helpline is available Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time via call, text and live web chat. To reach the NAMI Helpline, you can call 1-800-950-6264 or visit nami.org/help to access all NAMI Helpline resources and contact information. Also remember, folks, that if you do wish to donate towards NAMI, we do have some prizes available at the moment. We have the Heartless and Nobody Iron-On patches for a $5 minimum donation. We have the Octopath Traveler 2 Steam Key at a $10 minimum donation. The Sora and Riku Perlas at a $5 minimum donation. And if you can see it, can't actually see it, it's not on screen at the moment. We have the Sveal Jumbo Plush. We love Sveal. Sveal is absolutely fantastic. That Sveal is bigger than me. Okay, so $50 minimum donation if you wish to have a chance at winning the fantastic Sveal plush. We also have $5 on the Yuffie and Jessie Perlas. And remember the grand prize, which is the Switch. No, it's not. It's a Steam Deck. Get it right. It's the Steam Deck. And remember, that is a $100 cumulative donation until the end of the marathon. So you are running out of time for that. So again, not only do your donations make such an amazing difference when you donate to NAMI, but you can influence the game, you can influence the possibility of getting a prize. Thank you very much. We will be right back very shortly.